So yesterday, after the Chicago Sky got blown off the court by the New York Liberty, Ariel Atkins came to the defense of Angel Reese. And shout out to Ariel Atkins. You got to be a great teammate. I have nothing against that whatsoever. However, context needs to be added in this discussion. The thing is with Angel Reese, she's great as a defensive rebounder, great on the offensive glass. No doubt about that. But when it comes to her offensive game, she's lacking. We just have to be honest. She doesn't have a consistent mid range shot, a consistent post game yet, and this is her sophomore season. We're not looking for her to go backwards shooting from the field. Last year, I think she was around 39% from the field. I have to look at the stats, but as of recently, before last night, she was at 30.9% from the field. So there's been a drop off. She's also turned the ball over more. She also shoots worse from the free throw line. That's not being mean. These are just facts. Like if you put her in the NBA right now, she is a role player, not the number one option. If you're going to call someone a star player, you got to also score the basketball. You can play great defense, you can rebound the basketball, but you're going to need your Michael Jordan to score. You got to outscore your opponents. That's how you win basketball games. Like, you're not out here scoring points where the game is 10-8. That doesn't happen. It's not realistic. So when we're having conversations about Angel Reese, it's not being disrespectful to say she doesn't play well on offense. She's not able to generate her own looks, yada, yada, yada. That's not taking a shot. So for Ariel Atkins, I get you want to defend her, but Angel Reese has also made some bold claims in the past, and she has talked her talk, and she hasn't backed it up on offense. And if fans want to give her feedback, some of it is too far, but that's part of sports. You know, when players in the NBA get criticized, they're not always coming after the fans. They understand they're very passionate, and some of them do take it too far, but others, they make good points. So if you're bothered by the fact that you have fans giving feedback of her game, then what are we doing here? But let's see what Ariel had to say here, and I'll give you more of my thoughts.
Kid. And the amount of crap that she gets on a day to day, and she still shows up. So whatever questions y'all got like about our team, basketball wise, we appreciate it. But all the other nonsense, like, it's irrelevant. Like, we here to play basketball and do what we do. We having a hard time right now. At the end of the day, just a 23-year-old kid who handles herself with grace. Her crown is heavy. So
So I'm confused. She's a kid? No, 23-year-olds are adults. And to say like she carries a lot, okay, everybody does. That's just part of the sports. But if you want to be in those same conversations as these elite basketball players and you want that same respect, well, you got to show up on the offensive side of the ball, because if you're not able to score, you're going to need Ariel Atkins to carry the load or Cardoso to carry the load. And you're just a Draymond Green prototype or a Dennis Rodman prototype. I'm not saying like she's on their level because they shoot better from the field, but if you're trying to be in those same lanes, then you got to do better on offense. Otherwise, the conversation is going to be Angel Reese is great at rebounding the basketball, but that's about it. And if that offends her, well, do better from the field. Now, she was great last night, but that's only the second time this season she's shot over 45% from the field. And those are just facts. So to say, like, oh, she is carrying so much, oh, woe is Angel Reese, nobody's going to feel sorry for her because she has talked a big game and hasn't backed it up. And if you don't like the fact fans are giving you feedback, then you're not ready for that next step to take on more responsibilities and be the main number one option, because she's not right now. She's the fourth option at best on offense. She can rebound the basketball exceptionally. She's able to crash the glass. I would like to see her pass out of those double teams, not force shots up. I think that will help her shoot better from the field. And if she can improve her playmaking, great. That's awesome. If she never gets to the level on offense that we want from her, then we have to have those conversations about where we need to place Angel Reese as a player in the WNBA and what should be the expectations going forward. That's how it works for the NBA. You have a prospect, you have these expectations, and when they're not playing up to that level of performance, the narrative changes as they go further in their careers. So that's what's going to happen to Angel Reese if she doesn't shoot better from the field. I don't know what else to say here.
whatever else, like, y'all want to come at her for the way that she acts, she has to build the wall. She has to have the wall. Because if she doesn't, people will break her down. Not only just because of the way she looks, but it's because of the way she carries herself. She doesn't just walk around and act like, oh,
We got to stop bringing up race, and that's what annoys me about the WNBA. You're talking about keeping about basketball, and I'm not saying fans do not act racist. I'm not acting like that doesn't happen. However, if that's one of your main talking points, fans are going to be tuning out and not watching these games. They're here to enjoy a product. You got to earn their trust. But if you keep lecturing them and say, oh, well, you're being racist, and really you're just talking about the game and the numbers she's putting up, then that's where you lose me and you lose other fans.
Oh, I'm this. No, she knows who she is. And we ain't gonna break her down for that. So whatever other questions y'all got, like, I'm hoping it's just about basketball. Maybe a box score question. But the kid's crown is heavy. Like, respect that.
Okay, we can respect her, but if she wants to say certain things like, I should be in these other conversations, okay, that's fine. We can definitely let you in, but if you're not performing up to that level, then our perception of you is going to change. Look at the numbers. And again, we're talking box score here and just basketball. Look at this. She has put up numbers where she hasn't shot over 45% from the field until yesterday for the second time this season. She's had 1, 2, 3, 4 double doubles this season. 10 points a game is not enough. When you look at the NBA players, the top players ever, you got to score the basketball. In order to win a game, you have to outscore your opponent. I'm not saying defense doesn't matter. It does. But if you're going to be in the same breath as these great players, you got to score. Otherwise, you're a fourth option at best. That's fine. Maybe you make the Hall of Fame because you make impacts in other ways. Cool. I've got no problem with that. But have the proper conversations about Angel Reese. She's not better than Caitlin Clark. She's not better than Leah Boston. She's not in the same breath of these other players. She's like a top 50 player right now. As of today, can that change? Of course it can. There's no doubt about it. So here's what needs to happen. Keep shooting well from the field, and this will go away. Shoot over 45% from the field or 40%, and this will all go away. It's that simple. When it comes to the playmaking, pass out of double teams, turnovers, that's got to stop. She's turned the ball over more this year. Again, she's at 35.8% from the field, so she did bring it up last night. However, can she stay consistent? And if she goes back down to 30% next game, then what are we doing here? If you can't be consistent on that side of the ball, then the conversation is going to change about Angel Reese. Doesn't mean she's a bust. It does not mean she does not belong to the WNBA. But proper conversations have to happen for Angel Reese. And if you don't like that, well, what are we doing here? This is basketball. And you have to outscore your opponent. You're not going to have a game where you have an opponent score 20 points and you get 22 points. That's not happening in a league where you have elite players who can score and you have to bring it every night. And if Angel Reese can't be that number one option, that's fine. No big deal. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's just make sure we have realistic expectations if this continues. That's all I got to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Love to hear your thoughts about what Ariel Atkins had to say about defending Angel Reese. Do you agree or disagree? Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys also share the video, and I'll see you in the next one.